Alright, 5 important ways to overcome setbacks. Let me start with a truth we all know about, but sometimes we forget about it. Setbacks are part of life. Whether it's in business, career, family, or personal growth, every one of us will face moments when things don't go as planned. Now here's the good news. Setbacks don't mean it is the end for you in whatever you have lost or failed in. They are often setups for comebacks. I say this every now and then. What do I mean by that? Imagine you on a 100-meter race, and in the middle of that race, you hit a bump and fell. The normal thing expected of you is to go back to where you started and start the race all over again. And when you want to start that race, in your head, you will become mindful of the point where you met the bump so that you can avoid it. Now, at the point where you hit that bump and fell is your setback. Going back to your startup point with a prepared mindset of the bump that caused your downfall is your setup. And when you start a new race and you're able to avoid the bump, to your finish line becomes your comeback. And we all see these things everywhere and every day. So today, let me share with you the 5 important ways to overcome setbacks and keep moving forward towards your dreams even without starting all over again. I call it the 2 RASA: reframe, revisit, adjust, surround, and action. Number 1, reframe the setback as a lesson. When most people face a setback, the first reaction is frustration, disappointment, or even shame. I've been through this before, and I understand clearly your thoughts when setback hits you. We'll start saying things like, I failed, maybe I'm not good enough. We even try to explain to people who we shouldn't have even shared it with, just because we want to be understood as not the cause of the setback. In fact, I've come to realize that nobody cares. People are going through their challenges too, and trying to explain to them why you failed is like clogging their brains. But here's a different perspective to this. Instead of saying setbacks as failures, why don't you start saying them as feedbacks, that there are things you didn't do well. Ask yourself, what is this experience teaching me? What lesson can I carry forward? Listen here. This simple shift in mindset is very powerful. For example, look at the case of Thomas Edison, who failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. And when he was asked about it, he simply said, I didn't fail, I just found 1,000 ways that won't work. This is the point. Reframe. And when you reframe setbacks as lessons, they stop being stumbling blocks and start becoming stepping stones. Now the second step is revisit and refocus on your why. Let me ask you, why did you start that business? Why did you take that job? Why did you begin that journey in the first place? When things get tough, your why becomes your fuel. Your why is the dream you're chasing, the reason you must not fail, the people depending on you, the future you want to build. Think about it this way. If as a parent, you're working 2 jobs at a time, struggling and you're tired, but remembers that you're doing this for your children, suddenly the pain of what you're doing feels purposeful. That's your why. Your why gives you courage when your strength feels small. Anytime you feel like giving up, remind yourself, I remember in 2017 when things got really bad. I almost attempted suicide, but when I looked at my children, I asked myself, who do you think you want to leave these kids, beautiful kids, for after you're gone? Imagine their lives at this age, at this very young age, without a father. That alone got my entire plans changed. I just revealed the story to my doctor a few months ago because I was going through that same path, surgery. But on the day of the surgery, after thinking this through and changing my mindset, I asked for an alternative treatment of my appendix. They had to do the surgery while I was awake. But later, I got snoozed out. Now, here's the thing. Why did you start that journey in the first place? Why do you have that big dreams? These questions and the answers will keep you going. Now, number 3 is to adjust. Don't abandon the goal. Here's the truth. A setback doesn't always mean the dream is wrong. Sometimes it only means the method isn't working. And here's a fact. When they say resilience, it doesn't mean just keep doing it. Because resilience is about flexibility. You don't throw away the entire vision just because plan A failed. All you need to do is to look for plan B, plan C, or even plan Z if necessary. For example, maybe you wanted to start a business and the product didn't sell. Instead of saying, I am done, just ask yourself, what if I change the pricing? What if I market it differently? What if I test another audience? I started marketing a particular product for a client after signing a 15 years deal with a company. But then, everything I was doing wasn't just aligning with the kind of results I wanted. I gave up. It was also during that time of my setback. I was spending the miraculous little amount of money I was getting on adverts, and it wasn't just selling. But after a change of mindset and an adjustment in my marketing plan, everything changed. So, in less than a year, I raked up so much money and bought a new car. Yes, because at some point, I didn't have a functional car again. It was that bad. So guys, adjust your strategy, change your approach, but never abandon the goal. Remember, the vision is fixed, but the methods are flexible. Number 4 is to surround yourself with supportive and positive people. That was one of the biggest challenges I faced. I could hide in my office throughout the day without seeing the sun. It was just me, my house, my kids, and my wife. But I didn't play with my health, importantly. Here's something we often underestimate. Setbacks feel heavier when you carry them alone. Isolation breeds doubt. But when you share your struggles with supportive people, mentors, your peers, family, or friends, you gain perspective, encouragement, and strength. Now, this isn't about complaining but sharing your thoughts. Just think about it. When you are around people who believe in you, even when you are doubting yourself, their belief lifts you back up. Positive environments accelerate recovery. So ask yourself, who is in my circle? Are they draining me or fueling me? The right community can turn a setback into a comeback. Lastly, our number 5, which is to take consistent small steps of action to move you forward, is the next step. This is the final point and perhaps the most practical. After a setback, don't freeze. Don't wait for everything to be perfect before you move again. Momentum is built in little steps. Even if it's just one phone call you made, one chapter of a good book you read, one customer you reached out to, just one small action daily can change things for you. That small consistency rebuilds belief and keeps your dream alive. Let me make this illustration clear. Imagine you are about to climb the mountain. There is no way you can reach the top with one giant leap. You reach it by taking step after step. It is called progress, no matter how small. So ask yourself daily, what one step can I take today toward my dream? So let me wrap up this for now. Here are 5 ways to overcome setbacks. 1. Reframe the setback as a lesson. Number 2. Revisit and refocus on your why. Number 3. Adjust, don't abandon the goal. Number 4. Surround yourself with supportive people. Number 5. Take consistent small steps of actions that moves you forward. And remember this, setbacks don't define you. How you respond to them does. Every great person you admire today has faced setbacks. What made them different is not the absence of challenges, it is the presence of resilience. So the next time life knocks you down, get back up, learn, refocus, adjust, lean on support, and keep stepping forward, because your comeback will be greater than your setback. I am Team Abel. You can catch up with me on my radio show. It is the Morning Talk Show with Team Abel on Armed Forces Radio 107.7 FM, FCT Abuja, every Wednesdays from 3:05 to 4 p.m. Thanks and bye for now.